Explorers, here's Mr. Jeff again. I got a question for you. Have you been puzzled about something lately? Well, if you have, you've turned into this Explorer at just the right time. Because today on this Explorer, we're going to talk about how to make your own painted puzzle. Yeah, so anyway, today we're going to give you the directions on how to make your own puzzle. So when you go to your local branch of VBDL for this activity, we're going to have in your take and make bag the directions for the painted puzzle, and you're going to also have a baggie that's got little puzzle pieces in it and a larger puzzle piece that's going to be about 3.5 by 3.5. So the first thing is on the smaller piece, you're going to make your own design. And when you put it together, it's going to create some kind of original artwork that you create. So I have an example right here. And if you look at this, I wonder, just before I put it together, if you can figure out what it is. Well, we have 6 pieces, and let's see what they fit like. There's the first 2 here. Here's one. Okay, this one, oops, this one goes here. All right, now I bet you're kind of figuring this out. Here's the top one on this side, and then this one goes here. So, as you can see, these are pumpkins. And I decided to do this theme since it's kind of pumpkin time this time of year. So, what I did on this one is done with watercolor. So, the materials that you will be supplying over here are going to be, if you have watercolors or acrylic paint, whatever kind of paints that you might have at your house will be fine. If you have colored pencils, that's good. You have markers, of course you'll need brushes, and those are some materials that we have, but hopefully you have too. So back to this one. So when I designed this, I decided to have a border around the outside edge, and then I lightly did the drawing of the pumpkins. I used the watercolor to paint all the background and then the pumpkins, and then for detail I used some colored pencils on top of that and also some markers to get into some of the smaller tight places. So this will be a 4x5 puzzle that you get to keep and to do with whatever you want. If you want to tape it together on the back, you might want to use some painter's tape to do that when you're actually putting it together. And then if you want to maybe hang it up, put it in a frame, or create another piece of artwork out of it, that's cool, or just keep it like a puzzle. Now the other one is going to be the bigger piece that's going to be a collaborative piece. So what you'll do with this one is create a part of a puzzle that will be, you'll return to your local VBDL branch and it'll become part of a bigger unit. This is an example of 3 that have been done here, and you can see how those all fit together. And to help us out with this, we have a guest artist that came in, Robin Price, who is a VBDL supporter. Hello. And participated in this project. So thanks, Robin, for coming in. And could you tell our Explorer audience how you did your piece?
Yes, I decided that it was such a cold and windy day that I wanted to represent a cozy bonfire because it seemed like such a good idea to get warm. And also in the news, there's so much happening with wildfires and people losing their homes, and it made me think about fire, how it can be our friend or it can be our foe. And I decided for the puzzle piece to represent the friendly side of fire. And to do that, I use these watercolor markers that Mr. Jeff introduced me to. These are just wonderful. I'd never seen them before. And the way it works is you take the color, you color like a regular colored pencil. You can put a little color down. So it just looks like a colored pencil when you do that. And then you just add a little bit of water. And it just makes it blend and almost glow. It really comes alive. It changes it. And I think it's beautiful. It dries really quickly. So So when you get done, you can add detail if you need to. Like on here, the logs kind of ran together, so I used some marker to bring out the logs, and then I used a colored pencil over the top to make it a little, give it a little glow. I put some yellow all over the top to make it look a little friendlier. So that was my fire puzzle piece.
And we're going to put that with the other ones, Robin. What do you think is the best arrangement there?
I think that I would like to put it right here where this orange kind of comes together.
Oh, that looks great. That is so awesome. So, explorers, when you do your collaborative piece and return it, it's going to, again, be part of a larger puzzle piece. Not too different from our last Explorer that we did with Exquisite Corpse, where we asked you to do a piece that would be returned to your VBDL branch. And if you do that again on this one, we'll enter your name into a drawing for an Amazon gift card. So that is a very cool thing. One other thing I want to tell you before we take off here is if you have your own puzzles at home, maybe that are kind of laying around the house that you don't know what to do with, you can create your own. For example, here's one that has been gessoed, and a gesso is just basically a white primer paint. So if you don't have artist gesso, you can use a white flat paint, or even a spray flat would be fine, and then spray the back side of it, and then you can make your own design on here. Now on this one, I did this with colored pencil, and the background is sort of a frame-like, and I did that in some non-objective shapes and colors, nothing you can really recognize. And then this one, I just put in like that. So there were some pieces missing, so I put the background into the warm colors there. So that is an idea. Here's another one that one of my former students did, and really nice small puzzle, but it's been painted, and then you can see close up some markers that are some of the smaller detail on top. So, explorers, this might give you some ideas about what you might want to do for your painted puzzle. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. And remember that you are part of the VBDL puzzle. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.